Hi everybody, welcome to Dancing Luna Tarot. This is going to be a general love reading for the sign of Sagittarius. This is a general love reading, so it will not resonate with every Sag out there, and that is okay. Take what you need and leave the rest. Tarot readings are timeless, so whenever you find this is when you're meant to find it. If anybody's interested in a private reading, my information is in the description, how to get in touch with me for that. Let's see. So we're going to ask what's going on your side, what's going on your person's side, and then what's happening in the upcoming mutual energy in this connection. And this is for whoever it is that you're thinking about, whoever it is that you're inquiring about, who is heavy on your mind as you sit down to watch this reading. Just going to shuffle one more time and then we'll get down to business. Sagittarius, Sag. What's going on your side, Sag? What's going on for Sag? What's going on for the person Sag is thinking about? Sag, are you sort of trying to find the balance right now in your life? I feel like it's almost like here to say you're working on yourself, spending time working on yourself, about getting your balance, getting sort of in your groove, in your sort of warmth, in your, it's almost like you're working on feeling good again. It's possible maybe you've been through some stuff that's been really hard. It's really interesting, Sag. I just did a reading for Scorpio. I don't know if you might be dealing with a Scorpio, but worth checking out. They also had the Lovers card come up. I don't know why that's tapping in, but it's almost like that reading is kind of bleeding into this reading, or this vice versa. But anyway, that's may just be a message for one person out there who may need to go hop over and watch the Scorpio read. Why is Justice here? What? Yeah, it's almost like you're in this space of trying to find your balance, trying to kind of get empowered, in your empowerment, in your sort of success mode. Like it's like you're bossing up, got your like big girl pants on. Not that this is gender specific, but almost like you're leveling up in some way. You're leveling up in some way. There's a residue here of things having been hard. And you coming to a place of finding your balance, finding a kind of place where you're finding your passion in life again. In terms of this connection, you probably feel that this could be a successful connection. It brings you a lot of warmth. This may be something that you've sort of had your focus on, like developing your idea of what kind of connection you want in your life. And it's possible that with this person, you're sort of seeing some resemblance there with what you've been imagining your warmth would look like. But I think for some reason in this connection, you're guarded, or you're feeling a need to have a border up. Not sure why. It's funny. I feel like on both sides, there's like a decision to be made. But for you, it's almost like, am I going to open up my border and let this person in? Like, I've done all this work to get balanced and be happy and get into my sort of empowered, successful mode. In terms of your emotions, that it's like you're almost wondering, like, should you open up the gate and let this person in? You'll be smart about it. I feel like the Nine of Wands is here to say that, like, you know, that you've done some work to to create healthy boundaries, to know like what you can let in and what you can't let in. So I think it's like you've done some work to get to this place where you can see it, where you can see like, I've got room here above this fence to let somebody in, but not just anybody gets in. So I think it's almost like you're suspiciously looking down at this person's energy. Like, I'm not sure if I'm going to let you in yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna let you in because I've done all this work to create this balance and this sunshine and this harmony, and I've like manifested myself back into a place of peace and empowerment, and I am not sure. It's like you are looking at this person like, I feel like I might want to let you in, but I'm not super sure. Your person has their desire is to have a new beginning. Their desire is to have a new beginning with something that has roots, something that has a good foundation. Like they want to grow roots with you. Like this person they want to start a new beginning that is like has a good foundation to it. That's what their desire is, and they're making a decision here. They're making a decision to move into this connection. They feel alignment with you on some type of soul level. They feel some type of soul connection with you. They feel a deeper connection. When this person met you, they felt like maybe like they had known you already for a long time, that you just felt very familiar to them. They could feel the stability. They could feel some ease. This person feels like they can be themselves around you. This person feels ease around you. It's like a comfort that they haven't really experienced before. And they're really liking it, and they're making a decision here to move into a new beginning here. Their desire, if you don't know it, is to have this abundant new beginning with you, because they feel so much alignment. This person feels well aligned with you. They feel like this is just right. They feel like this is just right. They feel like this connection is just right for them. It's possible they may not have really felt something so just right before, but they're feeling it in this connection. Let's look at what's coming up around the bend. And you have every right, Sag, to, regardless of what somebody feels, how do they act? How are they coming to the table? Like you have every right to have a little border up and take your time and decide like who gets in, who doesn't get in. That is in my opinion, a very smart way to be, because sometimes when we let our guard down too fast, that is how the enemies get past the gates, the people who harm us, the people who do damage. But I would say also don't be so guarded that you don't leave any room for this person to get in, Leave enough room to get to know if this person is for you. They've got desire. They feel a lot of, they feel very connected. So I would say, crack it open a little bit if you have that desire to. I mean, you're watching a tarot reading, so apparently you may have some desire to. Let's see what's coming up around the bend in the mutual energy. We're just going to shuffle one more time. Something is not being said between you. You guys are having like a failure to dialogue. Who is it from the two of you that like isn't? Are you being so guarded that you're holding back and like not saying what it is that you feel, what it is that you desire? It's like there's this inability to come to the table. That might be changing though. Let's see. Let's get some more cards. Too many. Oh, a whole Empress here. Listen, there's this closed offness, this unwillingness to really open up and dialogue here. I don't know if this is on your part because you're so guarded. I don't really get that from your person's side. Do you maybe have fear about opening up and talking about your feelings? Maybe because you've been hurt before? I don't know. But there's like some kind of lack of putting it on the table and like talking about what it is. I would say with the Three of Pentacles here, it's like a call to go ahead and be vulnerable enough. It doesn't even mean that you have to let somebody in just to talk about how you feel. I would say open up and dialogue. You might find out some things that you need to know. If you're just willing to crack open a little bit and be a little bit vulnerable, because there's like a lack of vulnerability with this Seven of Swords. This is sort of like, I'm just gonna sneak away instead of saying what it is that's on my mind. I'm just gonna like not confront it and just bury it and just not even deal with it, right? But you've got a Three of Pentacles that's here to say, work together. Work together with this person. There is a call to work together with this person. I think that you will. I think that you will open up. Let's see. What's bridging? What's bridging these two cards? Yeah. It's time to put down the habit, if you have a habit, to put down the habit of not talking. If that's sort of your MO, your go-to, I don't feel like it's your person. I feel like this is you, Sag. If you've had like an inability to put it on the table, I would say there's a call here to leave that way of being behind. Allow yourself to open up and be vulnerable. Allow yourself to look forward to your Nine of Cups, your wish fulfillment. Be open to it. Like don't be focused on this cup behind you of whatever hasn't worked in the past. This is a place for you to come into your confidence and speak clearly. This is a time for you guys to speak clearly to each other. With this King of Swords and Three of Pentacles, I would say there's a call for communication here. And you have an Eight of Wands here too, which is a call for dialoguing. Dialoguing is on the horizon. Talking, where this Seven of Swords guy is not talking, not open, not talking about feelings. That there's a transition there. There's leaving this behind, this way of being behind, getting in your confidence, opening up. And, you know, King of Swords doesn't open up in a really emotional way. So that's okay. If you can just like in a non-emotional way, if that's what works, have dialogue with this person and just talk about it with truth, clarity, honesty about what it is. Talk about your feelings, for good, for bad, for whatever. It's like, it can't hurt anything to be open and vulnerable. You never know what can happen when you crack that door and you allow yourself to be a little bit vulnerable. Like, look what's coming around the bend with that. Like, this is coming to completion with a journey where you've been carrying some heavy burdens, some really heavy burdens. This is like where you've been shouldering things on your own. Maybe you and your person have sort of been on this journey on your own, separately from each other. And this is sort of like an end to that. This is where it's time to, like, you're almost at the end of this journey, and it's time to, almost like it's time to put your bags down and unpack. You know, put the burdens down. Allow somebody to help you carry the burdens. You do not have to be the strong person that carries all the burdens on your own. That is the message. That is a big message here. And for your person too. I think there's like a big call here to open up and be vulnerable and share with each other. You have an Eight of Wands here, so there's going to be dialogue. If there's separation between you, there would be travel indicated. With this opening up, and with this dialogue, what's it bringing you to? A really empowered mode where things shift from being in this Seven of Swordsy energy. Seven of Swordsy is like an insecure, can't talk, can't find his words, doesn't have the confidence to like come to the table and say what it is. It's moving straight into an Empress energy, and she's like the embodiment of exactly the opposite of that. She's got the confidence, she knows how to talk, she knows what she wants, she knows how to convey what she wants, but she knows how to do it in a really soft and nurturing and loving way. So I think opening up and dialoguing in a really honest way is going to bring in this more nurturing, confident energy in this connection. And where is it winding out? The Star card. This whole situation has a possibility to kind of be like a wish come true, a wish come true, like a rebirth of this whole thing. I have a feeling that your person is sort of gently waiting on the other side with this big pentacle in their hands, wanting to offer it, feeling that this is a well-aligned connection. And it's almost like they're just waiting for you to open up, and let them in and dialogue. And it's almost like they're waiting to, I think that if you can open up and dialogue with this person, it will leave you both feeling really empowered, and might just shed some light on the fact that this might just be a sort of like destined thing that you've been wishing for, but that maybe there's fear in the way. I'm not sure. Maybe there's fear in the way from the burdens that you've been carrying. That maybe it's the burdens of your past. Maybe that's what you're turning your back on. Maybe that's what's being left behind. The burdens of the past, old ways of loving that haven't worked. But in doing so and leaving those things behind, and maybe it's really just about leaving behind an old way of not being an effective communicator, not being able to feel like you have the right or the confidence to be open and say what your feelings are. You Sagittarius, you are allowed to exist. You know, you are allowed to exist, and you are allowed to express your feelings out loud, regardless of how anybody receives them, as long as you do it with tact and gentleness and lovingness. And for yourself as well, as you're dialoguing, you have every right to take up space and talk about what goes on inside of you. You know, it's like you it's almost like, I'm not trying to make anybody feel small here, but there's just a real wave of feeling coming through of like you have needed for a long time to be validated for who you are. I don't know if in your history somebody has invalidated the way that you think and talk and feel. But this is a time for you to throw that off and understand that you have a right to exist and express your feelings. And I don't think this person who's around you is going to be a hard person to accept and embrace your feelings. I feel like this person is going to accept your feelings and your thoughts and your words with a lot of care and nurturing. So I just feel like this is a time for you to open up and be easy with yourself, and allow yourself to open up and talk. It's like the driving message behind this reading is to let down that border a little bit. Let down that border a little bit, and you know, allow yourself to be supported. This card is here to say allow yourself to be supported. You don't have to carry the burdens all on your own, even if it's the emotional burdens, the energetic burdens. It may not be like the necessarily the physical burdens of life. This might be on a more emotional level. I just feel like you've been carrying a lot, Sag, and it's kind of time for you to set it free, like this 8 of Wands. Let this person in. Let this person in. You've got a whole star card here. You've got a whole Empress card here. You've got the nurturing. You've got the fertility, which is the place where all good things can grow from, right? So with dialoguing can only come positive growth. And your person on their side had that whole Pentacles with roots growing from it. So I would say that this is definitely in this relationship could be a place where you could really grow, and thrive. And it might just feel like ultimately, if you can do that, it might bring you to a place where you feel some fulfillment, some wish fulfillment. Yeah. All right, Sag, that is your reading. You get the message encouraging you here to open up, let your guard down, trust yourself, love yourself. Love yourself. That's what Empress is all about too. Love yourself, take care of yourself, know your worth, do things that add value to you knowing your worth, step into your power. And I think that this connection will then sort of take off and get legs and be able to grow those roots that your person has a desire to grow with you. All right, that's your reading, Sag. Hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And if it didn't, you can always check out your sun, moon, and rising for more resonance in your other placements. But I want to thank you for coming out and supporting the channel and receiving this reading today. All right, take care, Sagittarius.